I remember years ago, I was going for school like 20 years ago. When we were learning about the business, we were starting from the management. Only after we were revealed with the beauty and value of the leadership. Today, what I can say, and actually since 10 years, even more, we are more focusing on the beauty, the power, the loudness of the leadership, its charismatic quality, its influential tone, and of course, presence on the stage. If we are really looking at the sustainability for the organizational presence, growth, success, what is more valuable, the management or leadership? Leadership is great, but it's not possible to function well without management. Management can do very well without leadership. Welcome to Leadership Inside Kickstart, and today we will be talking about management. The management is a process that we need to achieve our vision. It's a plan. Process, how we are mapping activities, how we are mapping and wiring people. Leadership, it's the quality. It's a soft skill. It's your personality, your presence, your entrance to the room, your way how you are speaking to people, how you are translating the vision into motivation, engagement. That's leadership. Can we produce something without high flowerished words? Of course, the employee is going on the production line and it's following the management process. It's following the management principle guidelines, how to behave on the production line and how much has to be produced of specific product. In operations, there is management process, how the activities are aligned, starting from the inside the organization, leading how it is reaching the external client. And maybe that's the reason why we are having the statistics about leadership so low, that the management itself has been put aside because leadership seems to get better attention. Management is a boring daily task. Is it? Is it just that? 3 dimension. Dimension number 1, building the ground, knowing the value and how it's aligned. We start with the vision. Whatever it is, either we are going with a startup, either we are doing the review our processes for the organizational rebranding, or redesigning, or we are just about to launch a new project or program. What do we need? We need functions. Do I need operations? Do I need sales? Do I need IT? What are the primary functions that will enable me to create the income? If it is a project, what are the functions that will create the value of delivery? So you need to define what are the primary functions that will drive that towards the success. What are the functions that will play more supportive value rather than generate the income? One may say both are important. At the beginning, not necessarily, because we are just starting the journey. And when we are already in, quite often, especially when we look at that through the lens of lean management, we will realize there are too many functions that are not bringing or even supporting the primary functions that are responsible for generating money, but even blocking the growth, expansion. Yet, they are costing us some amount of budget. We are quite often, when we are doing analysis of the financial impact, we are not taking that under consideration. Quality too. The right people on board. we need a specialist for HR AI implementation. Let's take the trend from today. What usually our recruiter will do, first of all, most probably the recruiters will not know exactly what we are talking about. Anyhow, we don't take as a responsibility for that because we are not a hiring manager. We are supporting role, which is wrong distinguish because recruitment is the absolutely primary function to make sure the right people are selected for the interview. Too often ignored. Too often recruitment is taken as a mechanical role to be played within the organization. Let's move on. So they are going into Google, they are searching for the similar job offers, copy paste, maybe 2-3 lines, adjusting so that it will fit more our portfolio as an organization. We are having a great candidates based on ATS. Then we are having a very standard questions during the interview. Recruiter is passing to the hiring manager. Hiring manager is so much excited that we'll be having a specialist in AI HR leadership implementation that is deaf, that there is nothing, no meat in between. And I don't say the candidate is not right. The point is, we do not have yet specialists in it. We are just growing. We are just learning. So you can't expect that suddenly half of the world will know how to be HR, AI, futurist, leadership driven specialist. The titles people are using on LinkedIn are just generated by GPT. The CVs are generated by ChatGPT to fit your ATS program. That's the beautiful side of the AI implementation. If you know how to run that conversation, this is a starting point. How to connect with right people, how to run the conversation to see the potential. And you will not find great candidate right now, but you will find a great foundations among your candidates. You need to know how to search for them. To know it, you need to know what you want. You need to name it. You need to frame it. And it's not the leadership, it's management. We have structure within its functions. We have right people. And the third one will be properly designed roles and responsibilities. I have seen a lot employees with their job descriptions. The roles have been assigned. The real life showed different. They did not fit the original vision. It was just created, most probably because the market is telling us how we shall build the structure. So somewhere in that race and chase, we dropped a little piece of strategic thinking, critical thinking, which is normal. We are only human beings, that we are attracted to the market trends. But there are positions, the job offers that are not properly aligned. Go to number one, function, how they are aligned with each other. Are they aligned with the purpose? Are they aligned with the vision? Oh, they are not. So why do I have it? Dimension number two. We have built the structure, we have built the framework. Now we need to announce the governance. So everybody are in practice aligned. Why are we here? Mission. What are we about to achieve? Vision. Why and what? Mission and vision. And within that, we are providing the principal guideline. How we are building the cultures, how we are behaving, how we are communicating, how we are operating. Those basics should be aligned within why are we here, what are we about to achieve. This is how we build shared vision. And you have people on board, you brought them. It's the management process that they need to be aware. What are the rules in the house? If you are bringing leaders with different backgrounds, obviously, with different style of leadership, different style of management, without the principles that are mandatory in your house to follow, what will be the outcome? Mess. Because everybody will build their own environment. This is where the toxic culture has a start point, because the principle guidelines are not clear. And more, that if there is some behavior that is not aligned with that, we let it go. We do not make warning to a leader. We will not do a warning to a director. We will do warning, of course, or immediate disciplinary let go letter to the employee, but not to the leader. We will the behavior let go and keep moving with the leader next to us. And this is happening because of the lack of commitment to make sure that the principal guideline is followed by everyone. We have our principles, so we are now ready to start growing organizational maturity. And we can achieve that when every single leader, okay, that's my individual value that I'm adding. We agree on that, but there is a baseline, there is a foundation that no one can cross it. Okay, that's cool. So we are having our principles, individual advantage that is adding value to the whole organizational ecosystem. And only then we are ready to grow into maturity, to build strategy. We all love it. And what is a strategy? Strategy, how we are shaping the core components to make the bigger impact towards our vision. So we will put in it goals, KPIs, and employee business objectives. So we are having a 3 based on the organizational construct or even project or program aims. Goals, holistic approach. KPIs, collective activities. Employee business objectives, individual impact. Without that, you can't move too much. Then we are having risk forecast and mitigation. This is not leadership. These 5 principles are management processes in one pill. And it works for the startup, it works for existing organization, and it works for project or programs you want to launch. This is how you are building reporting. You don't need 100 pages. If you want, you can have 5 pages. Still, I believe you can manage in 1, but let's be generous and let's do 5. Goals. How are we moving towards our goals holistically? KPIs, collectively as a teams, directorates, division, however you name it. Employee performance, how these are adding the value to first 2. And what is the percentage of our employees' growth? How their learning and development is having impact on the overall organizational growth. Maybe we will find that we are spending too much money on unnecessary trainings that have nothing to do with what we need, our functions from dimension 1 need. What are the risks? Are we defining them right and correctly? Are we prepared with mitigations, processes? What's the timeline? 5 pages, simple report. It's keeping your focus on rightly settled management processes, not leadership. You still don't need leadership here. 3rd dimension, talent management. It's not the recruitment of talent. Let's make it clear. Talent management is how we are managing our talents inside the organization. Quality number 1, onboarding. That's the phase 1 and first experience the employee is building with you. As well, you with him. But because you are having a bigger power, you are the one who needs to be prepared for his coming in. And too often, unfortunately, I see that the onboarding process, the new joiner is having a great one. Either boring trainings, where one person from the scene is talking for hours, quite often no pragmatic knowledge shared over there. Onboarding process, the experience with you, how much time you give, and what is very, very important as well, what I see recently, especially on the startup companies, that organizations, companies are expecting the results within 30 days. It's not possible. Because even if I am 25 years experienced person, I will come to you. I don't know how you speak. I don't know how you walk. I don't know your walls. I don't know your corridors. I don't know the atmosphere. I don't know the politics. I don't know how you collaborate. I don't know yet what is your culture. I don't know how you are building communication, connection. I will not learn that within a month. I will not learn it within the 3 months. As a leader, of course, I am expected to provide some analysis, to provide some opinion, but changes. Here we see the impact of this fabulous leadership trend. Leaders are not able to deliver in a short term the change you wish to have. Simple change takes a year. If you want to change the process, cut the policy, it takes 10 minutes. Sign off, thank you very much. But if we are talking about the process that is involving behavioral aspect of people, don't expect that within 30 days. Don't expect I can improve your retention within 60 days. Don't expect that your production line I can improve within 30 days because I don't know yet how the mechanism is functioning. It's the same with sales. You are hiring sales director and you expect from him within 30 days or 60 days improvement, reach the targets because the previous director make it behind. It's not possible. The director of sales needs to build a relationship with the sales guys, with the logistic guy, with the after sales guy, with the budget lady. And why? Because I need some budget when I'm going to client. To introduce myself, to build the relationship. You can't do it within the first week. So have your expectations rightly aligned, realistic, not just because you are dreaming and forgetting to think strategically. Onboarding, give a space to create the pace. Performance review. That's the moment. Every 3 months, I always say, meet with your people, give them attention. Even if you are, I don't know how busy, at least every 3 months, sit with them for 30 minutes, have a cookie, have a drink, learn about their experience, what they have been challenged with, what are their struggles, how is their even personal life. Spend some time with your employees. How those objectives are aligned. It can be that you have created these objectives. In result, those objectives might not be really supporting the overall vision and team progress. So listen and let them support your final decisions. Are you going ahead with those? Is this really benefiting the employee and further organization? Or maybe it's time to redesign something. Very crucial, very important time between you and the employee. It's the process management. Performance review, it's not a leadership, it's the process of management. And the last one, access to learning and development. We are sending a lot of people for the trainings without knowing how this training look like. We are happy because we get the company with recommendation, absolutely right. But too often, those trainings are just spoken in the same line about some specific theme and absolutely creating disengagement, not designed to fit the context of your organization. And yes, I speak with the tone because I have a lot of lecturers speaking with that tone. So what is happening later on? Your employee is getting certificate, congratulations, record to the performance review eventually that You managed that, you did it, and then what? Access to learning and development is not that you are just sending a person for the training. It's actually you walking behind after the employee and saying, okay, what did you learn? What are the 3 qualities that you have learned? What are the 3 things you understood they are useless for us? Would you like to create some short 30 minutes internal learning session for the rest of the team? That's the food for thought. Management. Let us give a little bit more love to the management, because without those, leadership can't perform well. It's not performing well now because the management processes are forgotten and we do not care of them too much. We add policies, we add paragraphs, we add bureaucratic elements, but that's not process of management. Management process is to enable, to improve productivity, it's to enable employee motivation, it's to enable leadership to create the real value, advantage value. That's it for today. I have shared with you my bold thesis, why I think like that, by sharing my 3 dimensions and picked qualities that I personally think are really crucial when we speak about management processes. I wish you a great week ahead. That's the number 1. And number 2, I invite you to the commentary. Shall we reunite management and leadership, or shall we keep them in solo run?